Alright, y'all. Welcome back to Daily Driving at Fummins. It's been a long time since I posted a video because I've been working on a project that's taking quite a long time. So I've decided I'm just going to give a status update on it, show you what I'm working on, and then you can poke fun at me for taking on a project that's probably way bigger than I should have. But I'm having a ton of fun doing it. So um, at this point, I've put a lot of miles on it, and she runs great. I love this truck. And my wife and I are currently having a debate about a truck versus a pickup. And I'm trying to explain to her that a 1-ton with a Cummins is a truck and a 79 150 is a pickup, but she doesn't get it. And I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So here's what I'm working on. I showed you all a while back that I put in this dash. And the dash is working great. And I've decided that it's permanent. I've got a new version ready to go that's got extra data and all the empty spaces and more gauges and stuff. But that is being driven by an Arduino on the floor of my truck. It looks like that. And the dogs like to step on it. The kids have unplugged the wires a couple times, and it's just not a good long-term solution. And although it works, I want to build a more permanent solution. So I'm going to show you what I'm working on for that. All right, welcome to my little electronics lab. I've got my stuff all sitting over here, my power supply and soldering guns and all that good stuff. This is my test bench for that Nextian, so you can see here what my new version is going to look like. It's got EGT clearly displayed, and load and throttle and water pressure up top, boost and BP, all that good stuff. A lot of that stuff I just have to get some sensors installed, and I have the sensors. They're all sitting around in boxes like here. So I've got the code written, thanks to Oven's Garage, giving me some help, getting me on the right path. What I want to do is I want to build this all into a airtight, watertight enclosure. So I found these enclosures made by Deutsch, or I don't know how you say it. I'm going to say Deutsch. And I ordered one. So I've got it sitting right here. But thanks to COVID shorten, not able to get things, I got the enclosure, but the end piece is on back order, and I'm not supposed to get it till like June or July or something like that. And so I have half of it, so I'm on my way. So in the meantime, I'm working on a PCB to go in there, and I'm doing that in a program called Easy EDA. So I have my schema here, which is basically this box is the Arduino in this box, and a couple of these little boxes. And this box is the Deutsch connector that would go on the end of that enclosure. And then all these other boxes are just all the other little things in that group of wires that you saw on the floor of my pickup, just wired into a PCB. So it looks like this. Currently, I'm still working on it. Because of the chip shortage, I've had to replace a number of chips on here to try to figure out what I can actually get before I die. And I ordered my first set of PCBs, so I've got those. And I've never designed a PCB before, so I'm learning as I go, and I will not be able to use these. I made a number of mistakes. Most importantly, I designed this on a very big monitor and didn't realize just how freaking small some of these SMD components are, like C18 and C17 there. And without a microscope, there's just no way I could solder those. And even with a microscope, I don't know that I could. So I redesigned that with some bigger SMD components, like you can see right here. And for all you geeks, these are 0201 size, and I replaced them with 1206 size. And I just went through and replaced everything with 1206. And those parts are on order, and I've decided I'm not ordering more circuit boards until I actually have all the components, because I couldn't get some of them. The shortages, some of the chips that are on shortage are the main CPU off the Arduino Mega. So I have decided that I'm just going to cannibalize a Mega that I already have and desolder the CPU and solder it onto here. The same goes for the programming chip. And then over on my CAN bus modules, I can't get these chips either. So I think I'm actually just going to take a couple cheap Amazon ones and desolder these chips and then reuse them. I was able to get the thermocouple chips. I have those. Ironically, I wasn't able to get these capacitors, so I redesigned them for different capacitors. I wasn't able to get these two capacitors, so I redesigned it for capacitors I could actually get, and I ordered those. And once they're actually physically on my desk, then I'll lock that design in. But that's where I'm at right now. This little PCB, that header would get soldered onto it, and it slides into there, and then hopefully I'll have, by version 5 or 6, whenever I figure out what I'm doing, airtight, watertight computer to put somewhere in my Fummins and run all those wires to nice and neat so that they're like an OEM install. So that's what I'm working on. I've been taking parts off of other stuff I bought. I paid $1,000 for this little board from 1Gauge, and it just wasn't up to par, so I'm cannibalizing all the parts off of it to reuse. I don't want to say anything bad about 1Gauge. If you're not a tinkerer like me that wants everything to be customized, it probably work great for you, but not for me. Other than that, I'm going to keep working on this thing, and I don't know when my next video on this will be, because I'm just waiting on parts that are having shortages, and I don't know what that's going to look like. So have a great day. Sorry for the boring video.